On the night of March 2nd, 2023, a 26-year-old mother sent a text to her sister. It almost sounded like a joke.
She said she was, quote, getting into a random truck with some cowboys and hoped they would, quote, take her on a ride.
That text would become the last confirmed communication she ever sent.
2 years later, her family is still asking the same question. Where did Sara go?
Welcome back to another episode of Justice Pending. I'm Claire.
And I'm Susan, and today we're talking about the disappearance of Sara Gail Ebersole.
So, who was Sara? She was 26 years old when she disappeared. She was the youngest of 7 children, born in Michigan and raised largely in Florida by her aunt and uncle.
She was also a mother, a daughter, a sister, someone who loved the beach, loved animals, and had a dream of one day opening a small cat friendly cafe near the water.
I mean, it just sounds like a real kind of whimsical idea, right? Like just a harmless, fun kind of person.
She had a goal, she had a dream.
Yeah. So at the time of her disappearance, Sara lived with a roommate in Marion County and she was working as an exotic dancer. Oh God. I'm
I
sorry.
know, I
Oh,
know,
it's
I know.
Cafe Risque? Are you serious? Oof, I
I
lost it.
mean, all of the elements of don't live your life like this if you want to end up not dead
Oh man.
are here.
Okay. All right. I'm not gonna say the
You
name
want
of
me to say this part?
if you can. Do you want to say the name of it?
I'll do it. Yeah. Uh how about why don't we just get rid of that because that is
It's too much. It's too much.
about at a well-known place.
Yep.
Even so.
Okay.
Okay. Wait, do you want me to say it or are you okay saying it now?
Uh,
I mean,
I don't know.
you got we almost have to put in shocking no one worked as an exotic dancer.
I know. I know.
Uh,
Um, I think it's the exotic dancer
I
and the
know.
cat cafe.
Should we just
Um,
say like as a dancer?
as a dancer. Yeah,
People will know what that means.
they do. They do. I think you need to say it though. I
Okay, okay,
can't do it.
okay. Tell me when. Do you want me to start with she was a mother?
I think we got that. And I talked about
Okay.
like a whimsical, fun
Oh, yes,
person.
you do.
So
Yeah,
then you can just go on with the at the time of her disappearance and
yeah.
then all will switch.
Okay. Okay. At the time of her disappearance, though, Sara was living with a roommate in Marion County, working as a dancer at a well-known place near Interstate 75. Her
So,
daughter oh, sorry. Should I do it again?
yeah,
Here,
sorry.
hold on. You do
Cut you
this.
off.
You do this. Actually, do
Yeah.
both of these.
Okay.
Oh my god. Her friends
Yeah.
try new things. Oh boy. Okay, ready?
Yes.
At the time of her disappearance, though, Sara lived with a roommate in Marion County and was working as a dancer at a well known place near Interstate 75.
So Sarah had a daughter who lived mostly with her father, but those who knew Sarah say she was deeply involved in her child's life. Friends and family describe Sarah as playful, curious, adventurous, someone who liked to try new things and lived with a kind of youthful optimism.
Yeah, I mean, she was young, but
Yeah.
there's certainly a mindset there. But let's get into some really haunting text messages. So it's March 2nd of 2023. And earlier that evening, Sara texted her sister Michelle asking for a ride home from work. But Michelle couldn't swing it. She couldn't pick her up.
Yeah, so Sarah sends her sister another message about 7:50 p.m. saying, "Hey, be sure to say hi to your kids, right? For me." Like just a sweet kind of sister thing.
Mhm, mhm. And then at 10:11, so, a little less than 3 hours later, she sent the text that would change everything, and it's the one we've already referred to. She says, I'm getting into a random truck with some cowboys. Hope they take me on a ride.
I mean, it sounds lighthearted. Like it sounds almost like the kind of thing that you have to think she had some type of intuition because
Yeah.
she sends that text message. It's a timestamp. It's something to say, I'm doing something with people I don't know. And like, I'm just kind of giving you a heads up. Like, something, she did it in a lighthearted way,
Yeah.
but obviously it turns out to be very serious.
Yeah. It also to me sounds like, her current line of work does put her maybe in the view in the realm of some unsavory character types. So she
Yeah.
must have had a thick skin, I'll say. She must have
Yeah.
known, because she could take care of herself, that kind of thing. It to me, it sounds like that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, and sort of, confirming this, of your own volition and will, there
Yeah.
is security footage of her captured at a Circle K convenience store, on North Highway 441 in Reddick, Florida, around 10 PM. So, she did get into a random truck with some random cowboys.
Yeah, police say it wasn't forced, it didn't look rushed or violent, like she chose to leave with them.
Yeah, but that truck, it was a black pickup truck, and 2 unknown men.
Yeah.
That would be the first step in a trail that eventually went cold, then confusing, and then deeply troubling.
So, investigators were able to determine that Sarah was dropped off at a subdivided residence on North Highway 441 in Reddick. They're calling it like the Reddick house, right? So she
They
gets
are.
in the car with these random cowboys, the truck rather, and she's dropped off at this house. And she goes inside this residence. There are multiple people there. One of them is James Robinson. That's the person that's named. There are two other people, like his roommates, who lived in the other half of the home. And according to all three witnesses, like they spent several hours socializing with Sarah,
Mhm.
and nothing untoward happened. It wasn't violent. It wasn't there wasn't a fight, this was just like hanging out.
Yeah, I mean, and so, you wanna point fingers at the random cowboys in the random truck, but it doesn't appear that anything happens with them except a
Yeah.
good time, they didn't take her on a ride. And then, residents told investigators that they saw Sarah leave between 3 and 5 AM, um, and they believe, that this was her calling an Uber home
Yeah.
because it was a newer model blue sedan. They thought possibly a Hyundai. They said the driver was a Hispanic male in his mid-30s with long dark hair, and they thought it was an Uber that she had
Yeah.
called.
Yeah, so the fact that it's not the same black truck is interesting
Right.
to me
Mhm.
because that was one possibility just in my like crime solving head where I'm like, well, they knew where they dropped her off, so maybe they came and picked her back up again, right? But apparently it's a completely different car and this is not, there's no known connection. But investigators were able to confirm something crucial. Sarah didn't order an Uber that night.
Yeah, so that means one of 2 things. Either she left with a third party off the books, like how sometimes drivers will give you their personal card and say, they don't
Yeah.
wanna share the revenue with the booking
Yep.
or with the app holder, so either that and it was technically that someone would call an Uber, but not an Uber, like a off the books Uber, or that the Uber story was totally fabricated and something did happen there.
Yeah, because we don't know. We don't have any other evidence of this alleged pickup
Mhm.
besides these three people saying that she got into this mystery car with this mystery man.
That's right.
So we really don't know if it happened or not. It's undocumented.
Correct.
So that's kind of where the trail goes cold. So it takes a year later, after Sarah has disappeared, that investigators name a person of interest. And that name is Tyrone Mormon, 28-year-old man.
Yeah, so again, some of our other cases are set decades earlier, and we don't have
Yeah.
access to text messages here. We're sort of modern day, not sort of, we are modern day. And so we
Yeah.
do have text messages that reveal shortly after midnight, Robinson began messaging Mormon,
Yeah.
telling him that Sarah was hanging out at his house. And Mormon expressed interest in spending time with her.
Yeah. So this is, James Robinson was the friend that she knew at this house. And so they were able to get his cell phone records and see that he had this connection to this Tyrone Mormon. And allegedly, Tyrone Mormon is the one who drives a blue
Oh,
Hyundai Sonata, right? So around 4 a.m., he leaves with Sarah in the car. This is this new piece of information that, people didn't have when she first disappeared.
yeah, this is the Uber story coming
Right, right.
into it with the spotlight shown on it now. Yeah. So, of course, not of course, but he doesn't come forward with this information himself initially. So Mormon initially tells detectives that he was out of town that day. He's never met Sarah. Sarah who? He had no contact with her. But witnesses absolutely refute that. And text messages absolutely refute that.
Yeah, and the fact that he does drive a car that fits the description that they gave over a year ago, I
Mhm.
mean, this is all adding up. So, when investigators sought a warrant for Mormon's phone, he claimed he had broken it and thrown it away, which,
Yeah,
that's that's certainly seen that one before. Oh, you want my phone? I don't have it. I lost it, right? I threw it away. I broke it. So, the thing about cell phones is they can be tracked.
that's
So eventually they realized this phone still exists and he had to turn it over to police.
yes, and that was when he was arrested in December of 2023 for providing false information to law enforcement.
Yeah, so data from the phone suggested that Tyrone and Sarah were together at a 24-hour convenience store in northwest Marion County in the early morning hours of March 3rd. But after that, there was nothing.
Yeah, and Mormon has since declined to speak with detectives. So he is currently out on bond for the obstruction charge, but he has yet to be charged in Sarah's disappearance.
Yeah, so investigators say that Sarah's normal pattern of life stopped entirely on March 3rd, 2023. She no longer has phone activity, bank activity, social media, no contact with family or friends. I mean, she's not trying to get her daughter. I mean, this is
Yeah. Yeah,
something terrible has happened
this
to
is
her. Like there's no way Sarah is okay at this point.
that's right. They also found, she might have been shoeless or barefoot.
Yeah.
Shoes were found inside the home. Her cigarettes and lighter were left on the porch. No signs of a struggle. It was sort of like she just vanished mid-sentence.
Yeah. Yeah. And her sister, Michelle, she has become the heartbeat of this case. She will not let Sarah be forgotten. She's organizing demonstrations. She's, renting billboards. She's putting updates on social media. She carries a sign that says Sarah Ebersole matters.
Oh, she's the Cassie to Lauren DeMolo. I mean, this
Oh
is
yeah.
it's so important that the family continues this because we just move on. The media moves on. I mean,
Yeah.
society forgets. And unless you have someone holding a sign
Yep.
from time to time or always, you have to keep it top of mind for people, for investigators, for media. I think at least her sister believes investigators are actually focusing on the wrong person or just at least not the full picture. Obviously, what she wants to know most is where her sister is.
Yeah, I mean, the community just won't let this go. Like they are continuing to ask questions. Her family misses her and people are showing up, to stand beside her sister Michelle, holding Sarah's photo. It's really touching, that people are joining this effort to keep Sarah's case alive.
It is. And there's actually a $35,000 reward for information leading to her whereabouts. So that also maybe is enticing for somebody,
Yeah.
because somewhere between that Circle K and the sunrise, something happened and someone knows what happened.
Yes, if you have information about Sarah's disappearance, even something that feels small, contact Detective Ryan Stith at 352-368-3542, or you can call Crime Stoppers and reference case 23-71.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of Justice Pending, and we'll be back next week with an all new case.